So, you're thinking about becoming a British citizen? That's fantastic. But let's be honest, the application can feel like a bit of a maze, full of hidden rules that can easily trip you up. Don't worry though, we're here to clear the path. In the next few minutes, we're going to walk through everything you need to know for a successful application, starting with the absolute must-knows, the eligibility checks.
This is a huge, life-changing milestone, so you absolutely want to make sure you get it right the first time. Let's make sure you've got all the key info you need to do just that.
All right, let's dive in. Our goal here is simple: to give you the essential facts, plain and simple, so you can move forward with confidence.
First things first, before you even think about filling out a single form, you have to be 100% certain you meet the main criteria. This is the foundation of your entire application, so let's get it right.
Okay, here's the main checklist. You need 5 years of living here, and you need to have held your permanent status for at least 12 months. Now here's a really key tip. That 12-month rule, it doesn't apply if you're married to a British citizen. You can apply as soon as you get your status. The other points are pretty standard. You've got to pass the Life in the UK test and meet that good character requirement, which is basically about your criminal record and immigration history.
And just so we're all on the same page, when we talk about settled status, it's pretty much the same thing as indefinite leave to remain, or ILR. It just means you have the right to live here forever, no time limits.
And hey, for those of you with pre-settled status, don't worry, there's a path for you too. You'll just need to show that you've been here for 5 continuous years and met certain rules about work, study, or being self-sufficient during that time.
Right, now for what is arguably the most critical part of your whole application, the residency rules. You have to pay close attention here, because these details are super specific, and getting them wrong is a really common reason for rejection.
The first number you need to burn into your brain is 450. That is the absolute maximum number of days you can have been outside the UK over the entire 5-year period before you apply. To put that in perspective, that's about 15 months total spread over 5 years. And the second number to remember is 90. In that final year, the 12 months right before you apply, your absences can't add up to more than 90 days. So, and this is the crucial part, you have to meet both conditions: no more than 450 days over 5 years, and no more than 90 days in that last year.
Okay, listen up, because this might be the single most important rule to get right. I'm going to say it again. You must have been physically in the UK on the exact date 5 years before your application is received by the Home Office. It's a super strict rule and it catches so many people out.
Let's make this crystal clear with an example. Say the Home Office gets your application on June 20th, 2026. This means you must have been physically in the UK on June 20th, 2021. Being on holiday or away for work on that one specific day could force you to delay your entire application. So please, double-check your passport stamps.
And on a related note, did you know you can actually lose your permanent status if you're out of the country for too long? Yeah, if you have traditional indefinite leave to remain, being away for more than 2 years can be a problem. If you have EU settled status, you've got a bit more breathing room, more than 5 years, or 4 years if you're a Swiss citizen. It's a really vital detail to remember if you're planning any long trips.
Okay, so you've checked everything, you're eligible, and you meet all the tricky residency rules. Fantastic. Now let's walk through the practical stuff, how you actually apply.
The whole process these days is pretty much all digital. You fill in the big form online, and then you book an appointment at a service point to give your biometrics. You know, your fingerprints and a photo. And the best part is, you don't have to mail off your precious original passport or documents anymore. You can either scan and upload them yourself from home, or just get them scanned when you go to your appointment. Much safer.
All right, let's talk money. The application fee at the moment is £1,735. That price tag does include the £130 fee for your citizenship ceremony, and your biometrics appointment is covered too.
Now, what about the kids? This is a really important point. Your children are not included in your application. They need their own separate application, and the whole process is a bit different.
But before you do anything, check this first. If your child was born here in the UK after you got your permanent status like ILR or settled status, they are probably already a British citizen automatically. If that's the case, you can just apply directly for their British passport and save yourself a whole lot of time and money.
No, for kids who aren't automatically citizens, you have to apply to register them. It's a completely separate form with a separate fee of £1,214 per child. The government does have a fee waiver if you can't afford it. And just be aware, if your child turns 18 while you're waiting for a decision, you'll also have to pay for them to attend a citizenship ceremony.
You did it.
You've filled out all the forms, paid the fee, and hit submit. Huge congratulations. Now comes the hard part, the waiting game. So let's look at what you can expect to happen next.
So typically, you can expect to hear back with a decision within about 6 months. The Home Office will usually let you know if it's going to take any longer. If you get good news, you're not quite a citizen just yet. You'll get an invitation to attend a citizenship ceremony. That's the final, official, legal step.
So you've been to the ceremony, you're holding your certificate, you are officially a British citizen. What an incredible moment. But hold on, don't pop the champagne just yet. There is one more very important, time-sensitive thing you absolutely must do.
That's right. Within just 5 working days of your ceremony, you are legally required to send your old biometric residence permit back to the Home Office. This is not optional, it's mandatory.
And why is this so important? Well, because if you don't send it back within that 5-day window, you can be fined up to £1,000. It's such a simple task, but the penalty for forgetting is seriously expensive. Thankfully, the process is super straightforward. You just cut the card up into 4 pieces, pop it in a plain, windowless envelope with a little note that has your name and details, and then you send it off to the official returns address. Please don't let this tiny final step trip you up after coming all this way. And with that, it's done. Your journey to citizenship is complete. You've navigated the eligibility checks, the residency rules, the application, and even that final little task of returning your BRP. So now, the only real question left is, what's the very first adventure you're going to take with your new passport?